Well, let's stay with that theme because Majid Al Futtaim is one of the Middle East's largest owner-operators of shopping malls, retail and leisure outlets. Will the group enter into new territory? But first off, and perhaps more importantly, what's the status of consumer sentiment in this part of the world? Let's ask CEO Alain Bejjani. He joins us here on the site. Alain, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Last time we spoke, you told me about a shift in consumer sentiment or consumer behavior. I want you to tell me, how has that evolved since we spoke in February? Are you seeing an improvement? Are you seeing consumer sentiment still under pressure?
Yes, it's evolving in the right direction. The region continues to witness challenging times, but if I look at trading performance, we're going to announce our numbers, Majid Al Futtaim numbers soon. Trading performance is actually good. So there is a positive sentiment that's building up, and we're seeing that coming through.
You've also made it clear several times in the past that you are looking to fuel growth through acquisitions.
Yes.
What are you looking at the moment?
Where we continue to look at opportunities that actually add value to our lifestyle ecosystem that we present to our customers. So we just announced Fetcher, for example. Fetcher is a last mile delivery startup that's actually bringing a real solution to a real problem. Yeah. And they're doing tremendously well. We're very happy to have had invested in them, and that was announced about 10 days ago. So we continue to, the last mile delivery is important to us. E-commerce, digital is important to us. So, and I think the Walmart news this morning is also, it's just ushering a new normal. I mean, there is nothing new there. This is how, in the future, going forward, this is how business is going to look like. It's going to be offline, online, omni-channel.
Yeah, sources have also told us that you are in talks to get a controlling stake in the Bejjani hypermarket chain in the region. Would you be able to confirm this to us? How close are you to a deal?
I wish I could. I'm always asked this question, and I wish I could.
We're hearing that the business could, the deal could be worth about $500 million. Let's assume that if that would be the case, how would such a purchase play into your growth strategy? Because you are constantly talking about investment opportunities out there.
Yes, we are talking about investment opportunities. I can't really tell you how it would work if it was to happen, because it's not there.
So in terms of other opportunities out there, because we got whispers as well that you were possibly involved in negotiations with Souk.com, so it shows that you are actively looking within the e-commerce space for ways to be able to pull some muscle. I mean, what other part of the e-commerce space could you be looking at? Are you still open to further ideas outside of Fetcher?
We are, and it is true that basically we, being, the leading player in the region, we think, people talk to us, there's always opportunities on the table, etc. But looking at something, that doesn't mean it's happening. When something happens, we announce it. So Fetcher was a very interesting opportunity for us and for the customers in this part of the world. We're going to continue to look at reinforcing our ecosystem. Basically, the digital space is very important for us. Everything that basically enriches the retail customer experience is very important for us, and that's something that we are looking into, and we'll be doing more.
Do you have a budget for that? We
have budget for everything.
Can you give us a number?
Including me being here today.
What's the number? You have $1 billion, $1.5 billion? How much do you have to spend?
Huh?
$1 billion, $1.5 billion? How much do you have in your war chest?
I don't have a number to announce.
Okay.
But we have budget.
Let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the UAE, because we are expecting the 5% VAT to be implemented next year. Have you heard from any of your tenants asking for you to take some part of that cost, the added cost that they will need to carry?
Look, VAT is pretty much, on top of the discussions that are happening. Majid Al Futtaim is of course ready. We operate in several jurisdictions that has VAT, so it's nothing new to us. It is some of the, I would say, implementation related regulations are to be issued. Once it will be issued, there'll be more clarity, and I think this is where the different stakeholders will actually finalize how they're going to go about it. What I can tell you is, based on our projections, and Majd Al Futtaim will be a large contributor, one of the largest contributors to VAT in the UAE, and that's something we're very proud of, because we look at our role as very responsible in that respect.
Saudi Arabia is the biggest economy in this part of the world, and recently the restoration of bonuses arguably helping sentiment once again after
Yes.
a lot of the austerity measures. Does that mean that your Saudi ambitions come back to the top of the table? More expansion, more malls?
Our Saudi ambitions have always been on top of the table. We're, when Majd Al Futtaim, when we commit, and we don't take it lightly. So we don't commit lightly. Saudi Arabia is going through a very interesting evolution. I think the ambitions for Saudi Arabia in the 2030 vision are extremely interesting. They want to take their economy from the 19th economy to the top 15th economies in the world, which is, I think, which is a great ambition. And we at Majd Al Futtaim are determined to take part of this journey. So we have announced our projects there. They continue to progress steadily, and we're moving ahead. This news was great news. I think this is going to have more and more. We're going to see more and more good news coming in Saudi Arabia.
Retailers have had to slash prices in order to tempt shoppers back into their stores. How negative is this for you when it comes to trying to rent out these places at a higher price? Are you seeing this in your traffic in the malls right now?
Well, talking about Saudi Arabia, our business in Saudi Arabia is actually witnessing positive growth. So that's a good thing, despite what happened in Saudi Arabia. Yes, it has been a challenging time, but at the end of the day, the macroeconomics are going in the right direction, which is extremely important. We have been able to adjust our business. Flexibility and agility is very important in these times. What's important is the overall direction, and Carrefour in Saudi Arabia has been able to perform quite well. We're very proud of that. When it gets to the region in general, I think the most agile organizations will be able to continue to outperform the market, and that's something that Majd Al Futtaim is doing.
We're seeing a lot of momentum behind family-owned businesses going public in Saudi Arabia as part of a push to really lure more foreign capital into the market. Is an IPO part of the conversation at Majd Al Futtaim at the moment?
No.
Still?
Still.
Okay. We'll check back in with you then at a later point in the year. So the answer is still no then. Alain, always a pleasure having you on the show. Alain Bejjani, of course, the CEO at Majd Al Futtaim. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening with President Trump.